No, this is a little bit weird, a little bit spooky, a little bit stupid even, but this is me, Keisha. I am crying because I feel like I've just lost all hope. It's hard being in a situation where you're you have nobody. You know, I it's hard for me to even remember who I was before the person that I am now. Thinking back and remembering who I was when I was an innocent girl, like just 10 years old, 11 years old, and I had such huge dreams. Like, I wanted to be Rihanna before there even was a Rihanna, and everything about me was about music. Music meant everything to me, and I I would just stay home and I would get dressed up and I would put on makeup and I would look in the mirror and interview myself, pretend I was being interviewed. I would look in the mirror and hold a brush and sing in front of a mirror. I would write songs. I had a little keyboard that my mother bought me, and she told me you have a choice between a keyboard and a bicycle, and obviously I chose the keyboard. And every single day I would lay in my bed and play the keyboard and come up with different melodies to play along with the demo that came with the keyboard. And I was just into music. Like, that was my love. And at the time, I honestly did believe that I would become a famous singer. And in fact, it wasn't until I became like maybe 12, 13 years old that I realized that it is possible. Because before, I just used to see singers like Brandy, Monica, Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, be in music videos that used to be played all the time on BET or on, CBC. And I would think that, they're just doing that for fun. I literally had no idea that that was their job, their profession, you know. That was all they did. That's how they made money. But when I realized that that was their job, and it was possible for me to become that also, become a singer just like them. From then on, that's all I ever wanted to do. And unfortunately, I didn't have anyone backing me, and my mother didn't want me going that lane. And as the years went by, and I tried and I tried and I tried to make the right connections, and there were times that I had small opportunities that I could sing, but then I wasn't prepared vocally because I wasn't doing vocal training anymore. And then when I was doing vocal training and I was prepared vocally, the opportunities that I would have liked to have just weren't there. Money wasn't there, and I just allowed myself to get so distracted by everything else other than music because I wanted to forget. And I will never forget the moment I saw Rihanna's face in the Nation newspaper, the front page of the Nation newspaper. I think it was when the Jay-Z had announced that she had gone and signed to Def Jam Recordings. It was hard. It was very tough for me, and I literally was depressed for a whole year. Like, I would leave home and go out and with my boyfriend at the time, and he could tell you this: if I heard a Rihanna song, instantly I would be depressed. If I watched her videos and her videos came up, just popped up on the screen wherever I was, I would just instantly be depressed and just want to go home. And that was my life for an entire year, 2005 to be exact, because that's when she got signed. And then after that, I just gave up. I felt like it couldn't happen for me. And then I did felt like it could happen for me, but I just was put in a position after a while where, you know, after my mother became blind, I had to take care of her, and it was hard because I had nobody else to help me. You know, my grandmother also came to live here in 2005, and my grandmother has 4 children, 2 girls and 2 boys, and she came to live here with me and my mother and my daughter in 2005, and it was cool for a while because my mother wasn't blind yet, but after my mother became totally blind around 2009, it was hard because as the years went by, my grandmother became worse. You know, she went from being able to walk to, you know, not being able to walk and had to be constantly in a wheelchair. And it took a lot on me because no one else could help me. And I didn't want to put that strain on my daughter to be the one to help me either. So it took a toll on me, and it was just hard, you know, because sometimes you will read about stories from artists out there, like Usher, Brandy, Monica, like they all had the support of their entire families, their mother, and I had I had nothing. All I had was a dream. And as the years went by, and I found myself just being stuck in a situation where I had no choice but to take care of my mother and my grandmother. And as my grandmother's health deteriorated more and more, it became harder. It's hard living in a situation where no one else cares enough to help you. No one gives a shit. My own family members, my uncle, my aunt, my uncle comes here probably once a week or once every 2 weeks to drop off Pampers and baby wipes, and literally spends 5 minutes, and then he leaves and goes home to St. George where he lives in his nice house with his wife. My aunt probably comes here once a year or calls maybe once a year, and it is such a hurtful thing because they don't understand what I go through. They don't even care about what I want to do in my life or what my dreams are, my goals. They don't care. They don't give a shit. And I don't want to be the kind of person that throws my own pity party or whatever, but it comes a time where you just break and you literally can't take anymore. You feel like you can't take anymore and you just break. Um, Dreams are something that can't go away, and no matter how hard you try it, they can't go away. I've tried it, and they always haunt me. They literally haunt me every time I watch a performance of Alicia Keys or Rihanna or Beyonce or Estelle or any other artist out there. It haunts me. I'm reminded of what I want, and sometimes I wish I could just go back go back in time and live over my life, because I would make different decisions, you know. I would try to make sure that I made sure that I was okay, and you know, more focus on myself and not caring about whether or not my mother was supporting me or whoever was supporting me, and not caring whether or not she wanted me to pursue music. Just do me. I wish I could go back into that, but I can't. Like every morning when I get up and I go and change my grandmother's pamper, which is hard because I have back problems, and to be holding over changing uh, someone's pampers who is heavy, and I have to be turning her and holding over, it puts a lot of strain on my back. But while I'm doing that, and I'm thinking to myself, it's like, why am I left to do this by myself? Like, I was somebody who once had big dreams, and no one give a shit about me and my dreams and my goals, and I'm left here to take care of someone else's mother. And the thing is, me and my grandmother was never close. My grandmother actually used to say a lot of mean shit to me, and I mean really mean. Like, the meanest thing she ever said to me was when I told her, that it was molested or whatever. We got in an argument, and she was like, "So what?" And there were times where we got in an argument, and she called me a slut, and so we weren't close. So it's interesting how life has turned out that I'm the one who's left to take care of her. But the reason I decided to record this video, I don't even know why. Something within me just prompted me to record this video. I just became very emotional for some reason. Well, not for some reason. I was watching videos on Tyrese's Facebook page. He always puts out a lot of motivational videos, and a lot of the things that he was talking about, and even the way he lives his life is like, I wish I had the opportunity to do that. Like, I wish someone could give me a chance to pursue the things that I want to pursue, because it's not too late for me. It isn't. I don't even know if I would actually post this video because it probably seems so stupid and people will probably laugh at me, but sometimes it's like I find that I put up a wall and I have this persona where I portray this tough serial character, and I'm always cracking a lot of jokes and making people laugh, and people haven't gotten to see what is really going on in my life or what is really going on with me and who I am. And sometimes you get tired of putting on a face and you just break. And it happens sometimes, and that is exactly what happened to me just now. So yeah, this is me. My name is Keisha, but most people know me as Kayla. And this is my life.